Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is going to be the Monday Night War review show for
February 5th,
1996. For Monday Night Raw and Monday Night Nitro. I, of course, am Patch Young. This gentleman to my right is my co-host, Joe Venuto.
Raw took place at the Civic Auditorium in Stockton, California. Jumped right into the first match. Diesel Shawn Michaels or Bruce Wardlow and Yokozuna with Jim Cornette. There was no intro video or anything. He literally just jumped to the entrances. And then I started, now I'm thinking about, what happened to Mr. Fuji?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm not sure if he actually did.
Doesn't he come back around, though? Like around WrestleMania?
Yeah, wait, when Yoko turned face. Yeah, okay. But I don't actually know what actually happened to him.
Yeah.
And also, I believe this was the main event of the third In Your House pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right, yeah.
Because that was the one where they pinned Owen to win the titles from Bulldog and Yoko.
Yeah.
They pinned Owen. Bulldog subbed in for Owen, but Owen still got pinned.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, Owen was announced for this match.
He was.
The crowd was waiting there for HBK did the start off. He got overpowered, had to regroup. Shawn stops a press slam with a rake of the eye that Vince calls a right hand. Diesel loses Shawn to Yokozuna, take him down, and they knock his ass outside. Then poor Yoko gets tagged next because he actually has to do something. Not being me, but this Yoko's different from like 2 years before.
Yeah.
And
he's not the mobile big man you remember.
Yeah, so he got winded almost immediately. Just before the break, Shawn starts to take the heat since he has to, considering who his partner is. That includes Yokozuna's trademark nerve hole. Once that's there, Shawn makes a small rally and tags me that cool. He has everything moving. Just as they set for the win, Bulldog comes on a leg drop that misses and catches Yokozuna. Shawn and nails Yokozuna with sweet chin music, send him outside, and the things via count out.
Yeah, the match was fine.
My favorite match on Raw.
Yeah, it might have been my favorite match on Raw, too. Yeah, the match was fine, but you kind of won't remember. I think the hype to it was bigger than the match itself.
Actually, never mind, there's not much I probably liked. Because there wasn't as much complaints. It was pretty basic tag match. The crowd helped out that they were very hot for it. Not much sold out, but it wasn't a bad match. Jim Cornette berates Yokozuna after the bell until Yokozuna shuts him down and beats on him. He also takes out Bulldog and Owen, cement the face turn that apparently no one cared to see. Mankind vignette time. 1, 2, 3 kid with Teddy Ossie and Takushi. By the way, 1, 2, 3 kid sells the babyface thing. He also had the giant baby ball. This is a rematch from SummerSlam 95. We got face stars with respect. Dave Waitrose kicks her in until Takushi catches him on one to throat. Kid regains the momentum and hits a dive. During a break, Kid nails a great Enziguri, but leaps off the top into a dropkick straight after. Now it's Takushi's turn to connect on the big dive outside. Kid comes out with a kick like Takushi answers with a round for 2. They go up top where Kid connects on a big butterfly suplex and 3 count.
Yeah, I thought this match was pretty similar to one of the pay-per-view matches.
SummerSlam 95.
Yeah, I thought it was similar to that one, which I thought was pretty good.
Actually, this was probably my match tonight.
However, I thought this one was at a considerably slower pace, and I think Kid as a heel, just starting being a heel, probably fed into that a lot.
Right.
So overall, not a bad match. I think for me, it's literally a toss-up between the first match and this match, as match of the night for Raw.
It was an enjoyable match. I'll put it like that. Their SummerSlam matches, leagues better. Well, there's only 2 good matches on that show.
Yeah.
That being number 2.
Yeah, that was not a good SummerSlam.
That being the number 2 best match on the show. They worked. You can still tell that it was a little slower. It was slow because of Kid being the heel, but you can tell they still work well together.
Yeah.
It was the beginning was more fast paced and fun, but then Kid got into like the. Actually, my fault. The second half of the match was more fast paced and fun.
Yeah.
In the beginning, Kid was working more the typical heel style. Could have been match of the week if there wasn't a match on Nitro. I thought it was a little better about.
Yeah.
If they got more time, it probably would have been match of the week because they're cruiserweights on WWE, and the cruiserweights only had the best matches of the week. So if this had maybe like 3 more minutes, this might have actually because of the cruiserweight.
Yeah.
His style. Clearance Nation, Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette cuts a promo on the back, saying that they would sue if Vader isn't ready to say it. They also sued the Gorilla Monsoon a neck brace. He apologized for reacting to Vader like Gorilla instead of President. He doesn't apologize for Vader himself, though, plus override Piper as President. And WWE Championship, Bret Hart's on table with Paul Bearer. We're just about to reach the first Undertaker era to feature good matches. I say we're about to.
We have.
No, ironically, it might just be Diesel. It really starts it.
Believe it or not, it might be.
Well, as I said at Panel Friday or Saturday when we were watching this round, Mankind, that guy been fully signed with WWE because he really drags a different style out Taker.
Well, I'll actually give Diesel a little bit of credit there.
Yeah,
Diesel hadn't actually fought somebody like Diesel, who's actually an athletic big man who could work at the time.
Mabel. Sid. Sid's on the stage.
Sid wasn't. He hadn't worked with Sid yet.
I gotcha. But he did work for Sid in WWE, didn't he? They had a feud, 95. That was the nice to cut the promo with JR.
That's right, yeah.
Remember the boss promo? Yeah. Sid wasn't that good yet, though. Sid's best opponents are Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels.
Sid was never that good.
And he's better than me.
Did say he wasn't good yet. He
never
never was good.
I put like this: Diesel wasn't fighting Vader.
Yeah.
And up until Taker. Yeah. He wasn't in the ring with Vader or younger Yoko, or not younger because Yoko was young when he passed away. Slimmer Yoko.
So instead of giving him an uncoordinated or couldn't work big guy, they actually gave him
Shawn and Bret.
Both of those.
Yeah, Shawn and Bret works his best matches.
Yeah.
Then Taker. But I won't say Diesel tried a good match out Taker, no?
No.
No, I'm saying... Well, I mean, it's fully changed up Taker's style.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But what I'm saying is...
And Undertaker's defense, he never...
Undertaker's gonna wrestle Diesel differently than he's wrestled Kamo or
King
Kong Bundy or Mabel or Yoko.
And Undertaker's defense, too, it's not like he was ever getting the best opponents.
Nash, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this about Nash, but he could actually do more than those guys.
Well, one of the closest one's Sid. I mean, third closest, Yoko.
No, but I'm thinking this. Just think of a random group of wrestlers and saying that Kevin Nash could do more than them. Like, say...
Well, considering I think...
Sheamus, and that's just because his pop's right over there on the shelf.
Okay.
Sheamus...
This pops on the shelf.
Randy Orton.
This pops on the shelf and the TV if you need
IRS. Zack Ryder.
They're right in front of you, too. You have a whole bunch.
Bailey.
Okay, well, Nash...
Yeah.
Nash isn't the worst out of that group, so...
No.
So...
You just think of a group of wrestlers and say Kevin Nash can do more than them.
Well, considering he's the 4th best big man of all time in the ring, I don't think it's that shocking. Oh, wait, I forgot here. 5th best big man of all time in the ring. It's probably not necessarily shocking. It's Undertaker, King, Big Show, Vader, and Nash. They're in the top 5. Whichever way you slice it, they're the top 5 best in-ring workers for big men. Whichever way you slice it. But what I'm saying is Foley's the one that made Undertaker change his whole style.
Oh, yeah.
But Undertaker's defense, between 90 and 96, or before WrestleMania 12, it's not like he had many great opponents.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
And him and Bret didn't click all the time when they were both faces.
The best worker he probably actually worked with was Hogan.
Well, the best worker is technically Bret that he worked with. But the best match might have been Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But him and Bret didn't have chemistry as face versus face.
No.
Their best match is SummerSlam 97. Of a true face and true heel. Yeah, but the match not much early on going. Bret got some shots to corner before Taker. Fight back, does some choking and stall. The crowd was nowhere near excited for this one as you would expect them to be.
No.
Undertaker does some choking. Diesel casually strolled ringside. The distraction doesn't allow Bret to pull Undertaker off the top. For old school, Diesel joins commentary. Thank God. Bret uses his time of offense to chop down the tree and take on the leg. Vince says Diesel is obviously not afraid of Undertaker in the dark. Said Diesel responds by saying it's because of his rechargeable flashlight at home. Undertaker takes back over and does more choking. When he sets the tombstone, Britt's boot catches the referee and takes him out with his shenanigans time. Britt wraps Undertaker's leg around the post, and while the referee's pretty much dead, Diesel gets up on a move and attacks Britt. He then goes at Undertaker with a chair, but the referee's still down. He jackknives him inside. Undertaker tries to sit up, but can't. He hits the second one before leaving. The show gets a break. They then throw the match out during the break in an insult.
Yeah. Yeah, this one wasn't actually all that entertaining. They just didn't really do much of anything.
Yeah, you can tell these guys aren't playing their best efforts. It was something to say a house show on with the Diesel edition. The edition of the Diesel angle. And if things during the break was stupid too. Nitro comes into the Lakeland Center Jenkins Arena in Lakeland, Florida. Super Bowl 6 is this Sunday. Not this Sunday.
Well,
February 11th.
WCW is not around anymore.
It's about to be. Give me a few months.
That's AEW.
Yeah, I know, like, give it a few months.
It's
Tell me
still
don't
AEW.
Tell me don't have a WCW. Tell me doesn't have an organized WCW vibe to it.
It does. Which means it's not WCW. WCW was never organized.
Well, at this point, they were. Not into the first match, but...
if anyone could tell me what Sting and Luger's feud actually leads to. Other than the NWO.
Well, I told you.
Other than that, what happens between them?
It's like you hate long-term storytelling. We kick over a non-title match: Chris Benoit versus WCW World Title Champion Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth and Woman. This should be interesting. The crowd was very hot for Savage, very anti-Benoit. They fight to the outside of Benoit, gets Savage on the guardrail. He fires full chops for a go back inside. Benoit's playing the role of the guy stole from Savage for his leader, Ric Flair. Benoit deals his perfect snatch suplex, was just wearing down Savage. He hits the diving headbutt, but isn't quick enough to cover. Benoit continues to dominate, and they deal on back suplex down for 2. Savage starts to rally, but gets bad drop outside. Benoit falls with a suicide dive and misses for a sickening thud. It was a horrible sound.
Yeah.
Savage rolls him inside, drills him with the diving elbow to the back of the head. Ric Flair shows up and hides behind Elizabeth. Savage gets chased until a woman grabs him from behind and chokes him. Heel turn. Winner by disqualification, Randy Savage.
It was a fun match to start off Nitro. I actually didn't know Benoit and Savage actually had a match at WCW, so it was kind of a nice little treat to know about that. Probably overall my match of the week, I would say. Yeah,
barely my match of the week, but match of the week. It was pretty good work from them. Benoit dominated, and it's probably one of Savage's more inspired matches in WCW.
Probably, yeah.
Let's go with that. It was a good face apparel. No, the dive spot is all I end up remembering, though, because that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, Arn Anderson.
It's also a little weird, too, that woman finally joins the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Where she would fall in love with Chris Benoit, and you would probably know the end of that story.
Yeah. Ric Flair, Arn Anderson put the boots of Savage into Hulk Hogan, makes a save with cheer again. Then the commentator talk about how woman is going to the dark side. Mean Gene interviews Hogan, who blabs about his usual stuff. Also, Ric Flair sees that going with a cheap shot. The Giant joins in and takes out Hogan with a cheer, though Zodiac tries to stop him. Savage runs back out, steals the chair, and forces Giant to be up. Okay.
By the way, I'm confused by this Four Horsemen Dungeon of Doom thing going on. Because there's one part of the group of Dungeon of Doom that's feeding with one part of the Horsemen.
Which we're getting to next match.
And then the rest of the Horsemen are okay with the rest of the Dungeon of Doom. Like nothing happened.
Arn Anderson and Brian Pillman versus Hugh Morrison, the Taskmaster. Morris is playing up his laughing gimmick. Completely struggling with most of Pillman's aerial offense. Eric Bischoff enforces that Pillman and Sullivan will compete in an I Respect You strap match on Sunday. He press slaves Pillman but runs into trouble once Arn gets tagged. The veteran controls the pace and wears down his large opponent. Once the tag went to Sullivan and Pillman, they went to war. Sullivan was actually getting cheered. As he hit, I guess the fans knew Pillman was leaving. As he had Tree well run and started biting Pillman. I will say this in the build-up. Clearly, I'm not a big Sullivan fan. I'm not a big fan of either member of the Dungeon Doom in this match.
No.
the build-up of the feud, though, he has basically, like, his issues with Pillman were real, so I'll give him credit where it was due.
Yeah.
Sullivan and Anderson flew to the back where someone that we didn't see whacked Anderson from behind a curtain, and they end up throwing out the match. No contest, I think.
That was hysterical.
Oh, yeah, my fault. I see.
All you see is just a broom head just poking through the curtain and smacking Arn Anderson in the back of the head. I died for like 5 minutes.
We do find out who it is, though, in the next segment. Oh, you don't care about the match. Okay, and really basic up until the finish.
Yeah,
it built towards the pay.
It'll
get a point for building towards the pay-per-view, but nothing more. Marcus Bagwell versus Ric Flair with women. Horseman Overload tonight, huh? All 4 wrestled. Paul Orndorff and Neck Brace shows up during first entrance to tell commentary that was he who attacked Anderson in the last match. Flair kind of takes this lightly because him and woman literally just look back while Orndorff and Neck Brace just walk behind them. They just look back.
Yeah.
I
actually missed him the first going because it's literally just. He just says it on commentary and walks away. It doesn't seem like anybody actually reacted to it whatsoever.
No. Bagwell, Flair takes Bagwell lightly too, which he should. But Bagwell starts lighting him up to start off. The crowd was surprisingly behind Bagwell. That might just because they're so anti-Flair. Don't go to Lakeland Flair. He comes close to a drop kick and inside cradle before they go with this hideous looking spot. Let's go right here. Flair has Bagwell who turns and oversells with a backflip over the top. The chop block. Very solid. Bagwell gets a few more hope spots, including Superplex. That's considered hope spot in 96. Before Flair sees over the slingshot splash, he applies the figure 4 and Bagwell doesn't have the Hogan ability to turn it over, so he gets.
I guess it was kind of a fun match, a lot more fun than I expected.
Yeah.
Flair did Flair things, and Bagwell, being a young guy, got some time to shine, which you can't necessarily say for most of WCW's period.
Yeah, I'll spin it a little bit. It was sloppy. Very sloppy, but I liked what it did. Ric Flair got one, Bagwell got to flash some of his Rookie of the Year potential.
7 years in a row.
If the match was more polished, and Bagwell was just fly out better, this could have been a surprise to stand out. No. Instead, it was mostly Irish. But, good idea all around. Main event time, the World Tag Team Championship. Oh, this is main event, right? Yeah, Lex Luger versus the Road Warriors. Animal Power Sting early calls in Hulk to snarl in Sting's face. Hulk was a strange dude. Things are a bit more even when Luger goes against Hulk. Hulk completely no-sells a pile driver because he never sold a damn thing. He kicks Luger's ace with a singles tag as they're going back and forth. The feed clay out. Because it told us that we have technical difficulties.
Yeah. It was brought to us in the best possible way they could.
Thankfully, the feed clay out.
Yeah.
According to Eric Bischoff, the power in the entire building went out. I wonder how much time was missed. Things break down to a brawl. Sting and Hulk fight outside with Luger suplexes Animal inside. Animal no-sells it. Jamie Hart shows up and Luger uses a foreign object, Animal's kidney, to steal it.
Yeah, the match wasn't interesting, and it probably helped us that the feed just cut out, so. Not good.
Well, it sucked. Road Warriors were way past their prime, and mostly put on lame matches in the summer, from what it looks like.
I'm trying to think of a good, well-worked Ultimate Warrior, Road Warrior match.
Probably a War Games they were in with like 8 other guys.
Yeah.
In terms of tag team matches,
they've never really wowed me in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, they might have one little decent match with the Outlaws or something in that 98 run.
Yeah.
97, 98 run, but other than that, maybe. Yeah. Sting isn't happy with the way they retained, but leaves with Lex Luger. Mean Gene interviews the Road Warriors and Hulk demands a title shot at the winners in the tag team title match at Super Brawl. They yell a lot, and then they spit into the microphone before leaving. That's how much on it.
Yep.
Roll. It was a decent roll.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.5.
I'll go with 6.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid show for Top Bomb. You got a relatively big opener. That wasn't as good as expected. I guess complete with angle advancement from Yokozuna too, so that's good. At least there's angle advancement. There was a fun match between Hakushi and 123 Kid. And though the main event was disappointing, it's still better than some of the main events we're used to on both shows. So,
However, it did end with the Billionaire Ted segment.
yeah, well, I didn't even mention that segment.
Yeah.
Plus, the Diesel angle was cool. Because Diesel, as I told back to WWE, really started the Kevin Nash angle. Started the Kevin Nash character. I think his character worked well in the era WWE was going towards.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, for real?
Yeah, for all, I'd probably give it around the 6. It was an okay episode. It did have its, I'm not going to say it's high spots, but it's kind of like medium spots where there was some enjoyable things in there. It's cool seeing the very introductions of Mankind.
Yeah.
They're only like 30-second vignettes, but they're still pretty cool to see. I thought the first 2 matches were okay. The last match, it probably needed a little bit more effort, but Kevin Nash beating Bret up was kind of fun. So
yeah, for Nitro, it was better than the previous couple too. For Nitro, so I'll go in the middle. I'm a little over the middle. I'll give him a 5.5. Raw Soul wins though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 5.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Decent episode. It was from both companies. Granted, from a match perspective, it wasn't amazing on Nitro. But the one satisfied enough to pique my interest.
Yeah.
And they did a job building to Super Bowl. Flair had a decent match too. My main gripe though, outside the 2 band matches, was there was too much focus on the 2 main feuds. It had more focus throughout for the show, despite actually being a little closer to Raw.
Mm-hmm. Nitro was okay. I definitely don't think it was as strong as Raw because the main event kind of it just wasn't good. But Raw actually had stronger matches. Nothing truly great on either show. Again, just peaks and valleys, and Raw I think just ended up pulling a little bit more ahead because it was a solidly worked main event where Nitro did not have that.
Now though for that, up next our Extreme Rules 2017 review. See you then.
See you there.